normally y'all only see this like once a week. But I really didn't know what to play today, and I was like, let me get on this, man. Let me get on this. Make sure the audio cool before we start. Oh my lord, the audio sound cool on the first try. This is gonna be a good video. It's FPG3 here, and I've arrived back in the Ace Attorney trilogy. You don't need to do no more talking. Let's get into it. February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? Excuse me. The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakor Temple. Very well. The second thing then. You know, obviously he's not experienced with this, but if this was Phoenix, then obviously you'd know she'd be telling the truth, because if she wasn't, the psychic locks would pop up. So, and the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go to the Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I was just... Bro. What did I just was talking about the psychic locks. And this what you do to me, Iris? This is what you're doing? Come on, dog. I can't, Iris. I can't with you right now, bro. I can't believe it. It's 5 of them, too. Oh, dang, I double tapped that. I'm mad you can't go back. Yet. Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Bro. Iris, look at me in the eyes and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise the Oxnum? No matter who or what may come, I can never take a life. As I thought, no psycho locks. He really still calling them psycho lock, bro. He frying me. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You discover this for yourself soon enough. Dog, Iris. I was just talking about him too, and then there they go. Now I think, is this the first time this has happened before? I feel like you've never had something like this. When you see the psychic locks before you go into a courtroom. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Especially not from somebody you defending, so. But this is kind of weird. Because it's like, she's admitting to doing things. And at the same, it's just. Iris, man. If only you could just tell me the truth, dog. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Before I really, we really get into this, isn't it interesting that like the main procrastinators, I was about to say procrastinators, prosecutors, all got some type of thing they do. Well, besides Edgeworth, but like what I mean is, Von Karma, her trademark is the whip, and then Godot, his is the coffee. And they really like the main ones outside of Edgeworth. Besides that other guy, I forgot his name, that boy with the squeaky voice. But no, he liked to swoop his hair, when we was back in the day. He was playing with that little piece of hair he had. But alright, court will reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Doesn't that sound like somebody we know? I can only presume that his intention was to capture. Anyway, it's time to drag his pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Bruh. Laura. Bro, he's really, I'm not seeing that name, bro. Larry D. Oxnam. Larry D. Oxnam, bro. I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Hey, as long as it don't hit us, Edgeworth, be cool. Ouch. Dang, off rip? He just walked up here like, dang. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just autistically ouch. You tried to run away from the bowler who was trying to hand you your Sapodna? Correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it, thanks, buddy! It's kinda sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see? Got nothing to do with this trial at all. Expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow! 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 Ouch! Ow! Ouch! Ow! God damn! Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man! Restrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was your fault. Testify now. Wow. This is too much for me. Bro. I feel bad for Larry. This isn't the first time. Is it? That Von Karma has seen Larry? I don't think so. I don't think so. What I saw, I was at the lounge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. All alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferior complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into each other's details at a later time. Okay. We're gonna go ahead. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. We need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness? Any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depends on your answer. I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. A rundown shack is hardly a lounge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you can try. You can do it if you try. Ouch! There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. Why she just bait him like that, bro? Why she just do that?
Hold it!
A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times. I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing. Ah! You huffy, puffy, loosely goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. Damn. Bro, yeah, I feel like once you just on Von Karma's bad side, it's just over. She whipped him soon as he came into the courtroom. Like, he don't stand a chance. He done got whipped. I swear, he done got whipped after almost every sentence he done had, bro. So what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. Huffy puffy, loosely goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Hold it!
Larry? You really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile? If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. It seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing them isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Okay. It gotta be this one. I'm waiting for you at 10. And you look at the weather. Oh, wait. Wrong thing. Look at the weather data. It's say 10 to 11. You know. Is it Irish testimony? And but these tracks are found around too. We obviously just found out Iris was in there, so used the snowmobile. So I feel like it's either Iris testimony. That's probably I don't want to just tap it though. I guess you gotta take a risk, right? Or maybe it's this? Let's do it. That was not it. It didn't go away. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. It's clearly, it gotta be this one. I don't get which one could it be. Wouldn't he have seen? Or maybe it's not this. Maybe it's this right here instead. Because he said he didn't see anybody at the bridge at night. That's a lie, because he seen Phoenix. He literally watched that man fall to his... Well, not to his death, but he watched him fall.
Objection!
But that's crazy. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic. You cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry, but having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. What? You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let's talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That really would not change, bro. Everybody is just, just right at this, man. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What I saw, part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and the dusty bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. Why does he call why does he call him Nick though? Like why? Like he know that's not his name. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after 3-day stint chasing a girl. It was totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. You just caught a cold. I never knew what that meant. I never know what that meant, if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, you really must know. I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time at 10:30 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. Every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ah! Or a little like that. It's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge. Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it. I'm not leaving my covers. They had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
Hold it!
You said right away. But exactly how long after that strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. Guess about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone? Why did you go to the bridge? I think that we know why he went. So this would make sense. Like, why wouldn't you just call anybody? He was by the phone after all, so he could have called somebody. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you did. Huh? Yeah, okay, a reason? A reason? It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? You didn't have time to. I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. Fire was pretty much out by then anyway. It's this feeling. I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it. More or less. Well, it's clearly this. Yeah, he said the fire pretty much went out afterwards, so that'd be a lie. Yeah, it gotta be this time. Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey? Edgy, you make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. Never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. Then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hosakura Temple. Plus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me? I have an objection? You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. Oh, it has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca Von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery, but there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth now then. What happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a total splashback. What? I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Bro. Order. There was missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, his witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duties. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have this witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? The missing 15 minutes. I'm a deoxman. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. Shock and awe that I was feeling. I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch, including the truth from the sound of it. Sir Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubt? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. What would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Ha ha ha! You'll regret this, Edgy. Okay. There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I'm sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in there somewhere. Tell us, Larry. My name is Lorraine, bro. Lorice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Wright the Oxman, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. And you are an artist? Of course I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss what you were doing. That is a very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Sketching the burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this, that sketch of my... Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. We gonna have to look at the sketch, aren't we, man? We gonna have to look at the sketch. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this. Imagine what? That Lawrence the Oxnum's debut would take place here today like this. I'll show it now. Okay, but still yourself. This is the word of... Bro, what am I looking at, bro? Well... So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well... It's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggle to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. Is that supposed to be Phoenix falling? No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure? Aha, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Bro, Iris was flying. What? She was flying. Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defender flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? The girl? She's really high in this picture. Are you high? What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. It was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. It was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This had to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me! Now hurry up and cross-examine him. Alright, then this gotta be it. This gotta be what you must present. Because how was she flying with her white hood? She didn't have her white hood at the time. Let me press and see what it. Just where did you see this sight from? Hey, I need to shout. I was lying in bed. That rundown shack. The crack of the lightning bolt made me realize the bridge is burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. About 5 minutes I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see that all makes sense, aside from the sketch itself. Yes, the sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. Alright, we gonna do these so before we, go present, so we can, see the rest of what the dialogue looks like. Y'all know how this goes by now. I just still do this anyway. You've transferred everything directly onto the page, and that is the sketch here. Yep, sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? I put my mind at ease anyway. It did? That's right. The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it, alright? Go me! Nice, oh. Continue, please.
Hold it!
You forgot to pass up time to that extent, did you? Well, I got caught up in something. I tend to forget everything else. That's true. You've always been that way. Guess he's not lying about that at least. Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he was drunk until then, that dispels all doubts. Aside from doubts of his humanity, huh? Alright. Yeah, we know what this is. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that is the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual who you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Bah! It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? But what are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why did Nick have Iris' hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick? You dog? Bro, I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage. Ha! Ha 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 Ah! What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Wright the Auctioneer, shall prove it. I doubt it. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually... was actually reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm going to feed you a whipping servant of pain. You've been serving us a whipping servant of pain this whole time, trust me. Proof that Iris flew. You know, I feel like, is this like the second time somebody done said somebody flew in their testimony? The first is, you know, Maximilian Galactica, the freak. Y'all, if y'all don't know why I called him a freak, go to my Ace Attorney playlist. You know, get to that episode. I think it was episode 4. No, not episode 4. Episode 2? Episode 2. I believe it's episode 2. Justice for All and Dog. Didn't make no sense. No, maybe it was episode 3, actually. I don't remember. But you'll see it. You'll see it. When I reached Dusty Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. It led me to finding a beautiful crystal sapphire, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing her spirit hood. After all, no one could have lost a crystal sapphire that night. Crystal sapphire? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finder's keeper. That's fear. I don't know why I was calling it a sapphire, bro. That's fear. I'm sitting calling it a sapphire, bro. Y'all probably looking at him like, why is he calling it a sapphire? I was trolling. I just wanted to get a reaction from y'all. I know y'all probably was sitting there just like, bro, where did you find it? Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. There was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood? Okay, that's... You ready, Edgy? Like tomorrow morning you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Lawrence the Auctioneer only a few minutes ago? Okay. I know it's probably gonna have something to do with this before we get through this, but like, she got one of them things on her. Wait, where is that picture? The news thing. Where's the news thing? Okay. It would make sense why he would think. Alright, it makes sense. It could have just been Sister Bikinis, but nah, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. Dang. Alright. We've all found out though. We've all found out. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing an obvious contradiction in this testimony will be easy. But if I fear that all that awaits us are further mysterious. Okay, well, I gotta look at something else. Is that not this? It looks exactly like it. That gotta be what that is. Bro, and where is Pearl still? No, I feel like that's the main thing I feel like nobody is talking about is why, like, where did Pearl go? Like, she's just gone. Like, is nobody concerned about this little girl missing? But, yeah. So, we went to the burning bridge. That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. The least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defender was not at the bridge when you got there, you say. I guess she went back to Hawthorne Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up energy to point. So, what'd you do next?
Hold it.
So you searched all over for her. Flying pretty high, you know. Thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt, hey? It was more than impossible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw a pillow away somewhere around there, so you know. Can one guy really be this stupid? So did you find any signs of her so-called landing? I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kinda lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself. Yeah, the snow was deep and there was even a banana peel out there. Yep, there's Stupid and then there's Larry Bugs. Short of it, that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? What happened next? Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gather on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think, when you look at me, I'm a pro. I'm a genius security guard. I used a penlight I borrowed from my company to help. Penlight I borrowed from my company to help in my search. It sparkled really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am" to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sapphire. The crystal spear. Oh, I was But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood at night. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they're assigned only one. They are. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere, our destination, for the day it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer. Alright, so we know. We know where this is going. Live right here. It's crazy that he was her pupil and he didn't know that she had one of these on her little thing too. Larry, that night there was someone who lost a crystal sapphire. Oh my lord, why do I keep saying sapphire, bro? Why do I keep saying sapphire, bro? Why is that word just in spear? There was? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Dawson, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ah! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. There's one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone! What? 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 What does this mean? Anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night. It certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing her hood, more importantly. The crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Deoxnum. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer called a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. In this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. At least the Oxen was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusty Bridge. Therefore, this sphere could not be related to this case at all. That is all. Miss Francisca Von Karma, the only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has something to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder, there's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? No, what? All joking aside, this one did the crystal sphere appeared near the foot of the bridge. Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that at least the Oxen left Prosecutor Temple that night. However, somehow this crystal sphere could be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed. Then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. The response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you call will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? I feel like we can, man. I feel like it's something. Can I prove it? This isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should have come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I'll order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Obviously, you can't see it. Like, her thing. I can't put this down, so I'm doing that to, like, look at the body some more, but... Don't we have a picture of this? Oh yeah, we have, alright. So look, right? Obviously... It gotta be this. Gotta be this. It wouldn't be nothing else to like give you. It has to be that. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing, on the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow in the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. There, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in her Hawthorne Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest it's a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in Hawthorne Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. We want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body. That would be when the blood is removed. I ain't gonna lie, like how this game teaches certain things that you probably would never know. Like, if you never knew that, playing this game just told you that is thing. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge has very easily been the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least the oxen body was found in Hawthorne Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hawthorne Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the event is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. He shows the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hawthorne Temple. It would have to be the snowmobile. I mean, I don't think you can't really show anything else. I don't really think we have anything else to show, so it would have to be... Yeah, it would have to be the snowmobile. Like, I don't understand. Yeah. So what Iris said... Because y'all remember she said until she know the acolyte is, like, safe. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have been used to carry a body. Order! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franziska Von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim? At least the oxen really killed. her body was moved, whatever, for. And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Did she just whoop the painting out? Such a creature can never see the truth, let alone describe it. Just call that man a creature. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is ignoring. He drew this, so it's something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Just as I thought. Francisca Von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. I would have had Fritzy with me. Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. The shame. Fritzy! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are. Ow. I demand said. Oh my lord. Damn, Larry. Alright. Golly. Damn. Damn, Larry. Bro, somebody lock her up, please, bro. The judge right there. She just whipped that man to the he unconscious. This is the second time we didn't see her do something like this, bro. Lock her up. Send her to jail. Like, she's just allowed to insult people, bro. Like, bruh, what is going on? There's some sort of question for the some sort of answer for the questions it raises. There's words here that they've been true for lies. Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on through investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. With this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Alright, y'all, that is the end of the video. So like, share, subscribe if you're new, turn post notifications on. You know, we got our famous Von Karma crash out. She always crashing out. Always. But yeah, man, I'm out, man. Crazy work.